What is going on, guys? Back dropping another video. Going to be doing another crypto portfolio, part of the series which a lot of you guys seem to enjoy. This time I'm going to be doing a $10,000 medium risk AI crypto portfolio. I've already done gaming, I've done RWA, and today we are getting into the medium risk portfolio within AI crypto. It's important to note, guys, we have seen a lot of the high caps start to skyrocket and just go crazy over the past week or so. And eventually, if you know how money flow works, you know eventually the mid caps, the low caps, and eventually those micro caps are going to absolutely explode. So anyway, guys, let's get into the video. As always, there's going to be 5 coins. And again, guys, this is just, there's a lot of coins I'm bullish on. These are just a few picks. So anyway, yeah, let's get into the video. So the number one coin that I would hold in this portfolio is again going to be Bitten, so Tau. It was in the low risk portfolio as well. Since then, it is up around 20%. But to be honest, guys, 20% is still very small in terms of where I think this can go. Still at a good level, guys. This hasn't gone crazy yet. But I do believe very soon this will. In terms of what it does, guys, their ecosystem is growing. In terms of their subnets, they now have, I believe, nearly 60 subnets. And this is basically trying to create like a system where it has a utility of different AI applications utilizing different machine learning capabilities, machine learning models. And eventually, guys, this subnet, this ecosystem is going to continue to grow. You can already see the list here. Let me just try and get it up. You've got all this variety of different subnets on here, all which are basically utilizing a different niche. And their goal is to basically get this the biggest AI project, this AI ecosystem in the world, which I do believe they will achieve. They also have a huge amount of use case in terms of the token. Basically, this is useful for basically the subnet miners as well. And basically they can earn the Tau token from being a subnet validator. So it's an incentive to basically build and provide new sort of use cases within this. They have a huge white paper which you can come and read, guys. This goes into huge depth. And if I was to make a video just on Tau, you can see here. But at the end of the day, guys, no one really cares about all this. You just want to know, does it have the pump factor in it? It's the biggest, one of the biggest movers. Near protocols, obviously the biggest, but for me, Tau will flip Near, I believe. For me, guys, this is a project which I believe still has 10x potential. In my previous video, this was around $3.2 billion in market cap. I still believe this can easily hit, the 36 billion market cap. It could even go higher, guys, but I think a 10x is a good level. I'd allocate $3,000 of the 10,000 into this. I believe you could get a 10x and potentially 30,000. I really like this project, and sort of every time I check, the amount of subnets is increasing. Currently 55, and this is just going to continue to grow, guys. And has solid token utility, solid use case, and it's just going to get some huge partnerships in the future, big community, constant updates, and yeah, it is probably, in my opinion, the best overall AI project. It doesn't mean it's going to give you the biggest gains, but if you want something which is safe, if you want something which isn't going to rug, you don't need to worry that this is going to rug. Ecosystem is huge, and it's going to continue to grow. So for me, solid project, and can't go wrong with it. That'll be the first project. The second project, which has rallied a lot, and you may or may not want to get into it at this stage. I still think it can do well. It is Render. So the two projects are the same as the low risk portfolio. The difference with Render, guys, it has rallied around 70%. This was around, I believe, $4.50 in the low risk portfolio. It is now over $7, and it is around a 3 billion market cap. I'd allocate around $2,000 into this. What is Render? Again, it is basically helping to, distribute different GPU power into a variety of different use cases. You've got, different models. You've got, cinema production. You've got machine learning, and they're utilizing AI technology. And this is what I like about it, guys. A lot of artists, a lot of people who are making sort of films within the media industry, entertainment, technology. It just has a huge amount of use case, and a lot of people are utilizing this. And I just think it's a solid project which is going to do well. A team which have a huge amount of experience, and they've got experience within sort of graphics, within media, cloud infrastructure, and it's good to have a team which have different strengths. The main thing with this, guys, is it has pumped a lot, but I still believe, this still has a huge use case. Very good for 4D, 3D imaging, for artists who want to basically, use the rendering technology. And it's going to be very useful for artists in the future. And you can see here already, you can see some of the different companies who are utilizing it, and the graphics look insane. And it's good for 4D. You can see here Render supports all major 3D tools, including Cinema 4D, Blender, Houdini, Unreal Engine, Unity, and more. And it supports Cinema 4D files, which is just very good for high performance systems in place. And on top of that, guys, as I've said, they've got a partnership with Apple. You can see here with Octane X, which is basically supported on the Render network. Apple creative professionals can scale local renders from Mac Pro, MacBook, iMac, and iPad using near unlimited cloud GPU rendering power. So this is huge, guys. They have basic partnership with Apple. They're going to get more partnerships in the future, and money will flow into this project. They also launched, basically bridged over to Solana, which is very bullish. Solana is probably one of the best, chains. It is the best chain in my opinion. It's better than Ethereum, and it continues to grow. So for me, around 3 billion in market cap. I still believe this can. I still believe it can 10x, guys, but because it's rallied huge amounts, I would say it is around a 7x in it from here. But due to sort of the machine learning capability and generative AI capabilities, and the amount of potential they have to onboard, 3D rendering sort of projects, I just think this can still go up a lot from here. So put $2,000 into this, and I believe, as I've said, I still believe it can give you a 10x. But for this, I'm going to say 7x, potentially 14,000. I believe this could hit 20. To be honest, guys, even looking at 20 billion, I think this could hit 30 plus billion. But yeah, guys, just to be a bit more conservative, I would put this as a 7x because it's pumped up around 70%. That'll be the second coin on the list. Render is obviously a high cap, but it's another one of those projects similar to Tau in terms of you don't need to worry about this rugging. So sometimes you can get into these mid caps, you can get into these micro caps, which you think could rug. I can pretty much promise you guys, Tau and Render will not rug. Very solid projects. So that'll be the second project on the list. The third project is GraphLink, another bullish project, which I just think is heavily undervalued. It's currently 26 million in market cap. What exactly is this, guys? This is basically, sort of a dual narrative token. It's got its own chain. It's a layer one, and it's within the AI space. They basically provide different sort of templates, different graphs, which you can basically use for people who don't really know how to code, and they want to sort of do something which is simple, which they can basically just integrate different templates which are custom built. You can use this with ChatGPT to create different conversations and different prompts, utilizing AI within this. So, all of this is automated. You can also use it for different chatbots. You can use it for Uniswap to basically track different prices. can track different liquidity pools and basically get a report sent to a Telegram channel. It's also got integration with DEX tools here, which again you can use for some of these memes which people are using, DEX tools, DEX screener. And on top of that, guys, you know, this also is very good for people who, you know, want to automate everything and they don't want to come and manually check everything. You can see here some of the graphs they offer, the blocks, which you can basically simply just drag and drop here. Go through the list. I think there's around 400 or 500 of these different things on here. You've got here where you can convert different CSV files as well. And you can have a play around this. There are tutorials which show you exactly how you can utilize that. On top of that, they also have the GraphLink Assistant, which is basically a personal assistant which utilizes OpenAI, and GraphLink's engine, which utilizes speech to text. They have a marketplace which will probably get more development in the future, where you can basically buy and sell different templates, which you can make through this here, GraphLink's IDE. So a very solid project. I think it has huge potential. On top of that, guys, they have their chain, which I believe in the future they can, you know, grow this ecosystem with a variety of different dApps, different projects on it. Very cheap, very fast. You can also stake this as well, and they are getting more and more partnerships, more growth. I just think it's a solid project, and you know, it's still heavily undervalued. I think this can 30x. A 30x would still be under 1 billion in market cap. I believe it can easily hit 1 to 2 billion even, but I'm going to be more conservative. I'd put 2,000 into this, potentially giving you a 30x, so potentially giving you 60,000. Of course, guys, none of this is financial advice. I'm not a financial advisor, but you can just set your own targets and take profits when you think the time is right. That would be the third project on the list. And this is where you're going to get the gains, guys. Of course, Render, which is a high cap, is not going to give you a 30x, in my opinion. It could, but that will depend on, you know, getting a huge amount of adoption with, you know, big companies. I know they've already onboarded Apple, but they would need to onboard a huge list of companies to get that 30x. So, you know, you shouldn't be looking for more than a 10x from these projects, guys, because the market cap's just too high. So you're going to need to look at the projects which are under sort of 200 million to be getting these 30x's. So that would be the third project on the list. The fourth project is a project which is pretty under the radar, guys, and it's a project which I haven't covered in a while, Viot. Now, the interesting thing with Viot, guys, if you don't know about Viot, basically they have made a transition into the decentralized law space, which is basically going to be powered utilizing AI through their legal tech solution and decentralized law solution, which is crazy, guys. This is, a lot of people don't know, but basically Viot has a lot of audits, and they're actually regulated in Malta, which I'll show you here. You can see here they're regulated in the EU. Viot is regulated as the issuer of virtual financial assets in accordance with the Virtual Financial Assets Act of Malta, EU. So this is huge for a crypto project to, you know, be complying with the correct sort of framework, legislation. They've also had an audit through Grant Thornton, which is like a accountancy auditing company, which is also massive. And you know, I do think there's not many projects within this decentralized law space. I think this is probably the best project within this space. Very technical, guys, but essentially what they're trying to do is utilize AI technology to basically automate a lot of legal procedures. This could be insurance, this could be, you know, law, it could be, there's a lot of use cases. You can come over and have a look into exactly the sort of use case. You can see here, guys, they also have their legal assistant, the AI legal assistant, which you can basically ask it anything. You can see here, no legal or technical knowledge is required. It's designed for both law professionals and everyday consumers. This really has huge potential, guys. I think, you know, people are sleeping on Viot because they might think that law, decentralized law, isn't an exciting narrative, but it's a very important narrative. You can see here in SureTech, legal tech, and you can come and read in more depth if you want. The token has a huge amount of utility. You can use it for, staking. You can use it for voting power. You can use it to basically buy the, legal assistance, and use it to basically on the legal assistant. And you can see here you could also get a fee reduction through the services when you purchase through the Viot token. So very good token utility, guys. It's very important to have solid token utility, which Viot does. And they also have a docs team also. I'll just try and find that team, which is here. So the team's fully doxed, LinkedIn here. They've also got a Certic KYC Gold. This is a good project, guys. It's currently sat at under 30 million in market cap. I believe this could potentially 20 to 30x. I'm going to put it as a 25x. That would still be under 1 billion. It would be 700 million in market cap. Very possible, guys. I think a lot of people are sleeping on Viot. Good project, and obviously do your own research into it, but this would be a good target for me. Potentially turning this to 50k. So that'll be the fourth project on the list. The final project on the list is going to be a microcap degen project, which I've covered before. Again, guys, this is very high risk. This is one of those projects which could go to 100x or zero. Chirply. Now, what is Chirply? This is basically helping sort of micro and nano influencers to basically gain some sort of an audience, some sort of a following, and it helps them to market different sort of social media sites. You've got TikTok, Instagram, YouTube, X, Telegram. So it has a huge list, and also through the app. So if you basically make an account, you can complete different daily tasks, and you can basically get paid in Chirply. On top of that, the main reason this goes into AI is because they're basically utilizing AI technology and machine learning to basically pair different campaigns to the correct people. So you'll basically, when you join the app, you'll basically put in there what sort of narratives you're interested in, and they'll basically use AI to tailor make different automated campaign for you. So I think this is a good project. Also, the token has good token utility. You can use it for basically payment on the system. They also basically do buybacks and burn a percentage of the token. You can also stake this as well and vote on different governance procedures. The team's also doxed. I know it doesn't look doxed, but they have their LinkedIn here. But again, guys, this is a very high risk project. It's a micro cap. It's currently, around 3 million in market cap. But I still believe this has good potential from here. It says 2 million here, guys, but this is actually 3 million market cap. I still believe this could 50x. I think this could go anywhere from 100 to 200 million, or it could go to zero in market cap. So, of course, do your own research, but they have a big community. They get good engagement. And I believe they got some sort of partnership recently. Let me just see if I can find it. And also, it looks as if they potentially will be launching their own app on the App Store. So yeah, guys, of course, do your own research. It's very high risk, and you shouldn't be putting a lot of your portfolio into these projects. But yeah, guys, this is a medium risk portfolio. Potentially, you could get around a 20, just over a 20x on this portfolio. Of course, something like Render, it's going to depend on sort of the adoption it gets. It already has very good adoption, so this could easily go above a 10x. And then something like Viot, if it gets more regulation within some other countries, it could just skyrocket the price. So yeah, guys, that is my medium risk portfolio that I would look to build if I was dealing with only 10k. And yeah, guys, of course, there's a lot of other good AI projects. So let me know your thoughts. Let me know other projects you're bullish on. And don't forget to drop a like and also subscribe if you enjoyed the content, guys. And I will see you very soon for the next video.